welcome back to Friday Briefing. Thank you so much for staying with us. Like I mentioned, tonight here on the show we have very many flowers, very many. It's not Valentine's. Valentine's was a couple of weeks ago. We're talking about weddings. Joining me in studio, my guest anchors tonight, I have Catherine Masitsa Rosa. She is the CEO of Samantha Bridal. Actually, I should say Dr. Catherine. Let me not get things twisted. And then we have Joseph Ochola from Events. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Joey, first of all, is the one who did all this.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it looks really beautiful.
Asante.
So let's talk about Samantha Bridal, Samantha's Bridal. How is it this year?
Wow, it's very exciting. Every year we have new, in terms of people, set the standards quite high.
Right.
And I'm telling you, when you come, because I go to very many bridal expos all over the world, and I can tell you there are a couple of stands there. You take them to New York, or you're in South Africa, or you're in Europe, or wherever you are, they will stand and just, you know, deal.
Right.
That's
really
the
nice.
standards are very high, very international.
So, Catherine, I have to ask you something. Now that you've seen so many beautiful weddings, you know, over the last, how many years have you been doing this?
This is our 14th year.
Wow, 14 years.
Yes.
14th year. Have you ever felt that you want to do your wedding again so that you can incorporate some of these beautiful things you're seeing?
I'm telling you, it's so tempting all the time, especially being married to such a wonderful man. He's watching me tonight.
Oh, okay.
And my marriage is as old as the wedding fair.
Oh, lovely.
So every year you want to do it, and you know, it's always so beautiful.
Lovely.
And every 5 years I could do these all over.
All over again.
Yes.
Let me come to you, Joseph. So let's talk about events and what you do.
Yes.
I mean, you have to be extremely creative to come up with such beautiful concepts. So, you know, what happens? Do you sit with a team that, you know, helps you to come, you know, up with these brilliant concepts?
Betty, let me tell you,
Yeah.
one thing I tell people is that let your imagination run wild, all right?
Jeez, I like that.
Even before this,
imagination,
just let it run wild.
Right.
Before this, we did a concept called A Stairway to Heaven, all right? Whereby we just created 2 stairs where people can go up and then you can take photos, all right? And it's just something that I saw from a beautiful hotel.
Hope Heaven, perhaps? Somewhere close?
A beautiful place whereby a bride and groom can sit there, you know, just once they've tied the knot, and, you know, for them to have a comfortable place to sit in.
Okay.
But for us as eventists, we just want to, you know, we want to set the record straight that, you know, we want to take this industry to another level.
Right.
We want to, you know, let people be as creative as possible, okay? And what we have done over here is pretty simple.
This doesn't look like it's simple at all.
But this is pretty simple.
Catherine, what do you think about this?
Well, to anybody, it may look really simple, but it takes a lot of, there's a design
to
eye.
place everything together.
To place everything in, there's a bit of symmetry, there's design work
there.
It looks simple and elegant, but
But then the other thing is that, you know, cost, because weddings, you know, cost so much money, Joey. Can you have this, but still at an affordable cost? Is that even possible?
Yes, you can.
Because you hear weddings that have, you know, gone up to 20 million, you know, and it's just a day. So can you have this, but at an affordable price?
Betty, one thing I want to tell everybody is that your dreams are valid. Your dreams are very valid.
Right.
Your dreams are valid, so you don't necessarily have to have a very fat pocket to be able to afford this. What we simply do is that we come and sit with a couple, we come and understand your vision for your big day, and we'll be able to give you creative ideas based on what you want.
All right, I like that. So, Catherine, going back to Samantha's Bridal, what inspired you to start this fair? And for people out there who maybe are in other parts of the country, they want to understand, what is this fair all about?
First of all, Samantha's Bridal Fair, which is happening from today running up to Sunday, where you'll find everybody to plan your wedding.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what inspired the Samantha's Bridal Fair is that when I planned my own wedding, which is exactly the same time 14 years ago, I was a busy corporate woman. Like, I was running a business, I was working, and it was difficult to put everything together, and weddings are always so beautiful.
Right.
So I decided, and at that time I saw a business idea, and I thought, wow, this would be nice to actually help that busy woman planning her wedding. It is one time, you know, when you look at expenses, whether you're spending 100 shillings or you're spending that 20 million,
Yes.
it is one of the biggest days in many people's lives.
All right.
So at Samantha's Bridal, you can come and plan your wedding in a day. You know, when you're choosing the suppliers, there's so much emotion based in terms of the choices you make.
Yeah.
So you can't order like a cake online. You may find that person online, but you will still want to meet them.
And taste
Yeah,
the
that's
cake.
Yes, taste the cake.
least, yeah.
Is it you, Joe, Evensis, who's going to do my decor?
Exactly.
Like, I want to meet with you and
yes.
discuss everything.
Absolutely.
So we help couples
Okay.
put this day together.
All right.
Yes.
And I'm sure that, you know, things sometimes don't go the way that they should be on the wedding day. You know, which supplier doesn't show up. And we have a couple in studio. They will be joining me in a few seconds, and they'll be sharing their story about, you know, things not going the right way all the time. Joy, I don't know if you're in your trade, you've gotten days when, you know, things just are not working. Maybe the flowers didn't bloom. Right.
Let me tell you something. You know, the various things that can happen.
Yeah.
You find that on, you know, like say the people who are doing the cake. So when they're delivering the cake to the venue, you know, they
It
might
falls.
hit a bump and then it falls, you know.
Wow.
But one thing we tell people is that don't forget that day,
All right, so
you're there
there
to
is
have
the
a good
couple.
time.
Sorry, Joy.
Exactly.
There's the couple, Rosalia and Thomas. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so Joy, you're saying something. Yeah, that the cake can fall.
Yes, the cake can fall, anything can happen, you know. You could even find, even when exchanging your vows, your ring could just happen to have gotten lost.
It
you
could
know?
fall and go
It
into a
could fall
drainage or
anywhere.
something.
Exactly.
happened, yeah.
But
Right.
Betty, the whole idea is what we're telling couples is that you're there to have a good time.
Okay.
You're there to also, you know, to formalize your union as one. You know, you've been happy before, so even when your cake falls, it doesn't mean that you should be upset.
Yeah.
But you should be
It does
happy and
not
just
spell
celebrate it.
doom.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's no doom going on.
Interesting. So let's hear, Rosalia, you have a very interesting story about, you know, your wedding. Catherine, you introduced me to Rosalia. Maybe you can just give us a brief, you know, intro of their story.
Yes, so I know Rosalia. She's our student.
And
at
that was her wedding gown,
Yes.
you know, during her wedding. And you actually wore the shoes. How cool is that?
nice.
All right.
So they had a very interesting story, which is quite like anybody, and which is not of their fault. At the AG's office, their names were just
At the
misspelled.
AG's office.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Rosalia, what happened? So you get there on the morning of the wedding?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we wait for about 2 hours. And they came about 3 times calling names. Moses Kiptalam. He's Thomas, he's not Moses. So we didn't know it was hers who were being called.
Okay.
They came 3 times called Moses Kiptalam. Another lady said, how comes people come and register for a wedding and they disappear?
And then they don't show up.
And they don't show up.
Uh-huh.
And we were seated there,
Okay.
waiting to be called.
So the whole time, Thomas, you're waiting for somebody to say, you know, your name, Thomas. But that doesn't happen. What's going through your mind?
I was getting concerned. Maybe there was something abnormal happening in that office, or somebody was bribing their way through. You
Right.
get so many ideas. Yeah.
All right.
Because some couples came after us and went in. A lot of them. We were
Right.
the last 2 people there.
So what happened then? So this person is coming out and calling Moses, you know, you guys are just seated. So what happened after that?
He
Did
went
you
to the
decide-
office
Yeah.
and inquire what is happening. That's when they checked the register and they saw the name.
They had misspelled your names.
Yeah.
All right. So did you go ahead and get hitched on that day?
No, they told us to just put the rings and we come and
So it was not even like a real wedding.
No.
So they just said, just put the rings.
Yeah.
And then what happened? You come back later.
we come back later.
Okay.
And this time a feast is set up.
Oh, there's a feast.
Everything.
Everything,
There's
the
a
guests are
reception.
waiting.
There's a photo shoot, there's a reception, everything is set.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's all this. Everything has been done.
Yes.
Flowers and
Yes.
your family, of course, is waiting for
Yeah.
you guys to come out with the rings on.
Yeah.
So what happens? So you get out, and then you head on to the reception
No,
venue.
we went to the photo shoot and did the photo shoot.
Okay.
I have pictures. Yeah.
Went to the photo shoot, and then you decided to go for the party.
Yeah.
Did your family members know?
No.
They're learning about it now.
They are learning about it right now.
No way. Like here right
Yes.
now, KTN is.
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. If for the family to Rosalia and Thomas, so you have it. So they did not quite get married on that day. They just exchanged their rings.
Yeah.
There was no official, process,
Signing, yeah.
signing, nothing.
Yeah.
But she went on and had a party.
Yeah.
So you had a party, but really there was no official wedding.
No.
I'm wondering what they're thinking right now. So what happened? You went there after a few days or what?
After we went to Coast afterwards, after 2 days.
So you even went for your honeymoon?
Yeah, only day, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you came back?
We came back. It was rush January back to school. So Feb, he went to the Hedges. Now we have the Nini.
The
We are-
certificate?
No, we don't have the certificate.
Okay.
But we have the date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So then it was done officially?
No, we
Oh, it
haven't
was-
gone there.
So are you guys officially married?
No, we are not officially married.
It's the paper which is missing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the intention is there.
The paper is still missing.
Yeah, the paper is still missing.
So this is a call out to the, to the AG's office to fasten your process, maybe, so that you can officially be married.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
So Catherine will be going back to read the news shortly, but let's talk about your show, Samantha Bridal. Your married wedding that airs on KTN Home. I'm sure you get so many stories like this, things that just don't go the way that they should go.
Samantha's Bridal, as a show, we've been airing for the last 8 years,
Right.
and we get very many stories, very many stories that things that don't go well. And sometimes people used to think we really come up with these things, like they're stranger than fiction.
Exactly like that. To imagine that still there's a question about whether they're married or not.
Yeah, but what I want to tell couples is that things will go wrong. I always say, even if you run a wedding with military precision, for as long as you're dealing with human beings, something is bound to go wrong. So like what Joe said, just remember what is the meaning of the day. So sometimes it's not even, the signing of the paper like this couple here is nice, because of, you want to be in a protected union, but the decision is in your heart.
Right.
So like the couple went ahead, they celebrated, and it doesn't, for all intents and purposes, they had already made the
right
decision. This is just,
right.
So when things go wrong, which very likely they are bound to, the attitude, is very important.
Okay.
Remember the essence of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So Catherine will be going to read the news shortly. But as we do that, Joe, so let's talk about the latest trends. Catherine, I hear the weddings of 50 people that happen in this town.
In fact, yes, this
Joe,
is
I don't know if
the
you've
biggest.
done any of them.
Oh, yes. Just a few weeks ago, we did a wedding for 75 people.
Just.
Just
Is it that people are meaner, they're trying to save costs, or what is it?
Not at all, not at all. Let me tell you, people have their own preferences.
Right.
And one thing I normally say is that, the smaller the wedding, the more intimate it can be. And one thing that people have to also, recognize is that weddings are an intimate affair. It's not a plot, for people to
For
go and get
1,000
lit.
people.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be an intimate affair. So that's the route that people are going to nowadays.
So I wanted to say, actually, the theme of this year's fair is luxury redefined. And what we are saying, and one of the biggest trends we're actually seeing are the smaller weddings that are happening. And we are re-envisioning the wedding such, like what he's saying, as a very small, intimate affair. And classical, a classical wedding, but a small, intimate affair where you have like 50 people, even 30 people. You're spending your 2-3 million on champagne and caviar if you need to.
Okay.
And
that's a lot of money, man.
well,
That's a lot of money.
but you know what? Even luxury even just means, even if you have 100 shillings, it just
like the
means,
couple that you got married the other
being with the
day.
people
Exactly,
who
100
really,
shillings.
truly care about you. Because, in this world of Instagram and everything, people living fake lives. So if you can have people who really, truly care about you,
So you
even
should
if you're
see-
going home to eat skuma wiki
Right.
and you're just wearing your Sunday best for your wedding, that's luxury.
Oh, that's luxury in
Luxury
your
doesn't
own
always
right.
have to mean money.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that. And I like what you're saying, that, you have to involve people who really care about
matter.
you.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
All right. Interesting. So let's go and read the news, won't we? Are you
Great.
excited?
I'm very excited. I hope I can be as good as you.
No, I'm not that good anyway. All right, have a seat here. You're so eloquent, so let's see if you can ace this. Yeah? Have a seat. Let me hold it for you.
Okay.
Are you comfortable?
I am. Wow.
Okay. Yeah?
So I can start?
Are you already feeling news anchorish?
Today I've learned it's really a real job.
Yeah,
That takes
it
talent.
is a real job. It is a real job.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So you have your, this is just a backup.
Okay.
So I don't want you to read this. I want you to read that. You can see
Okay.
clearly?
Okay.
So introduce yourself first. Give it the oomph, you know, that I see you giving this, your wedding, my dream wedding, and then take it away.
Hello, I'm Dr. Catherine Masitsa Rosa, and I'm your news anchor tonight. So let's do this. It was a showdown like no other in Kwale town as a head teacher of a local kindergarten and academy exchanged blows with a 17-year-old sponsor from the Netherlands. The bone of contention was the alleged caning of 2 students. Here is Tobias Chanji with more.
Hey! Stop it! Dillian, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Please, teacher!
And then we open the classroom and want to take the children come outside, and then the teacher wants to beat the children.
The 2 children are part of the 14 that are sponsored under Black and White Friends for Life Foundation that is owned by another foreigner from Netherlands, Ger Higenos, who said some of the children that he sponsors have been complaining of being caned.
Every time when you go to police, they're eating what you want money, and they never take your case serious.
But one day he came back home crying. His finger is very painful, swelling up, that teacher beating him.
Sisi wa Afrika, wakati tunafanya mikutano hapa parents meeting, huwa tunaambiwa kama kuna issue una mwalimu ama kuna issue ya mtoto wako, you're supposed to come here during lunch time. Haufai kuenda kuinterrupt watoto wakati wanasoma.
Hiyo ndio sababu wamefanya hivyo, ni mbinu ya kukwepa kutulipa deni letu. Ndio akaenda akashirikiana na mzungu mwenzake mama Christine ili apeleke watoto huko aanzishe kule upya.
Ambapo ni vigumu kwa head teacher wote kuachilia mtoto wakati huku na hali ambapo haieleweki katika Kenya. Watoto wanaibiwa, watoto hata wanachukuliwa na kupotezwa na hatuwezi kujua aliye mwaminifu ni nani.
The situation in kindergarten, DN and academy will offer lessons to the education stakeholders in streamlining the private sector. Tobias Chanji, KTN, Kwale County.
Very interesting story there. They exchanged blows. Poor, I don't know, poor everybody.
I know.
Right, so...
Who does that?
Who does
that?
All right. So I'll ask, let me give you a score, Catherine. You know, now, the fact that you're a doctor makes this a bit hard for me because, I mean, you know, I'm not a doctor myself. You know, so let me see. So one small problem is that... because the story was so funny, you laughed midway. You remember that?
Yes,
there was a
did.
giggle there. You know, this is
And
supposed to be very
Did she
serious.
finish? I don't think she finished.
No, she finished for
did.
sure.
Okay,
She did
okay.
finish, but she giggled in the middle. That's a problem. So that's minus like 3.
Oh,
so
really?
We're already at 7. And then, and we'll talk about this with Willis. Instead of alleged, you say alleged. You even know that. So Catherine, I'll give you a 5.5
That's
out of
good
10.
enough.
That's fine?
That's good enough.
Okay, my director says 4. Okay, so there you go, 4.5 then. Jerry, what do you think? What should we give her?
Okay, you're giving her 5, your director's giving her a 4.
So we'll give her 4.5.
I think I'll work with the 5.7.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right, so where are we going to, Joy?
All right. I think after this, we're going to take a short break, and business news is up next.
Do you think, or we are actually going on a break?
We're going on a break.
Okay, there we go. All right, we'll be right back.
You are good.
I tried.